Hello, everybody. It's Holly from Besotted Orchids. Thank you so much for joining me today. And yes, I'm in a pretty sprightly, happy little mood. We have the sun today. I cannot believe the difference I feel from a week of no sun to finally seeing the sun. Absolutely amazing. Unbelievable. So here I am. Why am I here today? I said there's nothing going on in the grow room in my last video. That is not true. As I was perusing it today, I well, I don't want to show you that yet. This is Dendrobium anosmum. It's an anosmum, and it is a nester. Look at that. Two beautiful green growths coming on it. This has not been watered since Halloween. Now, you say, oh, it looks a little moist, Holly. Yes. Today, I did feel great sorrow for my plant that was losing every bit of its leaves, and I did give a mist. And that's when I saw this. So, yeah, one little squirt with a mister, that is it. And that's all it's going to be receiving for now, because look at this. Now, since it hasn't been watered since Halloween, and I will not water, I think they say Valentine's Day is when you should water, so a few weeks from now. Let's just hope that these are flowers, because I don't believe this came in bloom from Carmela Orchids. I've never seen it bloom. It didn't do anything last year, probably because I was a happy little waterer. These could be cakeys. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but since I was diligent in not watering, I'm going to cross my fingers and say, I believe we are going to see some blooms. I am so happy about that. Here are some buds forming. So this is one that it is a winter rester, and as is the one beside it. This is Dendrobium aggregatum, also known as Lindleyi. It has a much fleshier leaf. You'll see this leaf here is much fleshier than this one here. Look at this. It just looks pathetic. And they are dying. They are falling off, which led my husband to even ask me, what is going on? Why are you not taking care of that orchid? But it doesn't need to be watered, and it should not be watered. So I'm hoping that possibly over here on the right, the newer cane, I'm hoping that we do see a few blooms on this one as well. It does not normally live here. It lives in the other room in brighter light. But I did want to bring it in, and I did set up a little bit of a light so you could see it better. This one down here, once again, aggregatum, Lindleyi, whatever you care to call it. Much, very stiff. I mean, you can hardly bend them. Very stiff leaves. Not like the Phalaenopsis. I mean, it looks like a Phalaenopsis leaf somewhat, but this is very leathery, very hard. Nothing as of yet. This one also. They do live beside each other. That way I remember, don't water. These two do live very close to each other. And in fact, now that this one is starting to bud, to give it even more light, I might move it over here. This is my brightest area. It doesn't look like it today, but this, honestly, we do have sunshine out there. It comes and goes. But this is my brightest area. While we're here, let's just take a little peek at this. That's leaf damage you see back behind. That's just scarring. Not a great showing this year. It's a Roy Tukunaga type. My fault. That's my fault entirely. There is another spike on here somewhere, but once again, I did not give my orchids the care they needed this summer. It's my fault. Now I have to live with the consequences of that. But yeah, these two I am having great hopes for. If this one is responding to the winter treatment, this one should as well. Fingers crossed. I am going to go look at Howard's orchids here in a minute when I'm done filming, and I'm going to see what he says. Just one more go over his care routine for this. I haven't heard from him in a while. He's not posted in quite a while. So hopefully it's Howard out of Cambridge. He has beautiful orchids. Now, let me show you. Where did I put it? Put them. Sadly, them. 2 more blasted buds. So that makes a total of 3. 1 blasted, and I removed it before. This one had been blasted. I just hadn't removed it until today. You see how they get all They're very soft, very pliable, very leathery. Get rid of that. All those we're doing, you can see where they came off of. All those we're doing, we're stealing any bit that this here needed to bloom. And look at that. Let me get my light up there. It's going to show much greener now than it is. But yeah, this one is starting to crack open. So I'm hoping we at least see one or two. I'm not 100% on that one. Hopefully at least one or two blooms on this dendrobium. This is the Denfowl. Beautiful, healthy growth, so I'm not sure. It probably is just the cold temperatures outside. We are doing good if we even hit 20 degrees. Today, I think our morning high was like 20, 25. That was the high for the day. We're dropping. My gas bill was, oh my gosh, what was $180 last month? Which, this house, I don't know why, it stays incredibly warm. It's very easy to heat for being a big old farmhouse. So $180 for me, I just thought, ouch, that's a little high. And that's before this January chill where we never really got above freezing all month. The entire month, we're not really going to hit above freezing except for maybe 1 or 2 days. So yeah, I'm sure the orchids are struggling. Even though the ambient temp tells me it's 70, it doesn't feel like 70 in here. But here I do have something I want to show you. Let me move this down around. I love these little swivel lamps. You can just swivel the arm where you want it. Do you see that? That's a bud. I have waited 6 months for that orchid to do something, and it is taking its time. Now, here's a dilemma. I'll show you here in a second. It's either BLC Soundworth, number 28, or RLC Sky of Sunshine, number 31. For someone who doesn't keep tags in her orchids, for some reason, I have 2 in here. And I did find these on the floor today while I was crawling around behind here cleaning, because all I do is clean millet. Verde, you're killing me with the millet, dude. It's just, wow, millet everywhere. But anyhow, yeah, there's 2 in here. And funny enough, both of these are yellow cattleyas. So it is one of them. I just don't know which one. There it is. I'm hoping it doesn't blast. I'm hoping it's okay. And that's just a little bit of scarring. So, let me see. I really don't have a lot that's coming out far enough to show you. It'll be just kind of what I did in the last video. I have little tiny nubbins starting here and there. I would really like to see my Encyclia blooming. I really would like to see that. I do have a little Cattleya that is budding up, a little mini. So, yeah, there's all kind of little signs that springtime is coming. Here's my variegated string of pearls. I do want to show you this before I get off. I know I am not a houseplant channel, and I don't intend to become one. Don't fret. Look at this. This is my string of pearls that the top was barren. It looked like everything was dead and dried and terrible. So I did YouTube. Of course, we go to YouTube for everything. And it did say to chop off some of the length, which I did. I took about 6 inches off at the bottom there, the little straggles. I did put it up on top. I kind of coiled it around and put a little bit of dirt, potting soil around it, and put it in more sunshine. That was my problem with the top, not enough sunshine. And look, I think it was successful. I think it's going to be doing great. As you can see, my car has not left in days. You can see the filth on it. Oh, that's salt. That's not dirt. This is salt from the roadways. It's horrible. So anyhow, that is a nice little bright sight to see in the wintertime. Some nice green with the sun coming through it. And Verde, he does have his cage moved up a little further because I wanted him to come forward enough so that he would catch that little bit of sunshine that came in this morning. He likes to perch up there. And I like him to sit where he can preen and feel the sun on him. And he is finger training. I did have him step up on one little foot stepped up onto my finger last night. So that's good. And as soon as he's finger trained in the next week or so I don't have to worry about him. Say he does get loose when I open the cage, or he's just out and about enjoying life when the dogs are put away. He's listening. He listens to everything we say. Then I will get him a companion. I do want him to have a companion, but for his safety, he honestly has to be finger trained. So if he ever is out and about, I can get him safely. You don't want to grab them. They say they lose all trust in you if you just go up and chase them down and grab them. You want them to just step onto your finger. Get him. There, Day. Who's a pretty bird? Who's ruining Mommy's house with millet seeds? He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He knows he's pretty. He could care less. He is fun. But anyhow, that's what's going on here. We do have some good things to look forward to, which is wonderful. I needed, with this dreary winter, I needed to see some signs of life in my orchid world. So I'm hoping in a few days, I'm able to come back on and show you one of these 3 little blooms. I think it would have had 7. 6 or 7 were on it. So it is disappointing, but it is what it is. And down there, that is just all we need to see to know some life is coming back to the orchid world. And it is okay to stop watering some of your orchids in the winter. You don't want to do this to all of them. You really need to research what your winter resters are. So yeah, there they are. They're over there. I'm debating where to put her as a nester, where I want to put her for the most amount of sun. I think the most sun would really get those buds popping out. So I think she probably might leave the grow space and come over here where I can maybe hang her up in front of the window so she can get a lot of maximum sunlight. I would love to see that. Tell me your thoughts on the nester, what you do for watering to get them to bloom. I'd love to hear that. I'm hearing Halloween to Valentine's Day, no water. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. Like I said, it'll be the first time for me. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope all this winter blah is staying away from you. I think I am going to need a throat lozenge after all the talking with my sore throat. But please like, share, subscribe, take care, and above all, enjoy those orchids.